Hey guys, and welcome to the full-time cozy time tag. I was tagged by two very creative people who used interesting tagging mechanism. The first one is One Book One Review, who tagged everyone who is a full child, and my birthday falls in September, so I'm definitely a full child. And the second person is Morgan at Dictionopolis, who tagged everyone who can knit or crochet, and I basically knitted this, so I can knit. Thank you guys for coming up with these funny mechanisms. There's 8 questions / categories for this, so let's get to it. First category is Scrunching Leaves, the world is full of color. For this you have to pick a book that has red, oranges, and yellow on the cover. So for this one I picked A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. I really love this book and I really love this cover. Obviously, as you can see, it has a lot of red and orange and yellow on the cover. The second category is Cozy Sweater, and it's finally cold enough to wear a warm cozy sweater, and for this one you have to pick a book that gives you the warm fuzzy. I decided to go with Wonderful Fall by Shusaku Endo. This is a Japanese book that was published in the 50s and it's really cute. It's about a French guy who has a pen pal in Japan and decides to go visit him and his sister, and he's one of those people that sees nothing bad with anyone, and he sees the good in every person, and even if he's taken for a fool and made fun of and tricked and cheated, he still sees a good part in life, and it really gave me the warm fuzzies. The third category is Fall Storm. The wind is howling and the rain is pounding, and for this one you have to choose the genre and or book that you like to read on a stormy day. On a stormy day I really like reading mystery novels and or police investigations, because you're kind of trapped in the house, you're not going to go out if it's a storm outside, so you're just going to continue reading. There's no distractions to just leave the book. I cannot stand the suspense. If I read a book that is really suspenseful, I feel the need to continue reading until I find out what the mystery is. So a stormy day is really good for that. So I guess that would be the genre, and a particular book I'm planning on reading this fall on a rainy day is Salvation of a Saint by Keigo Higashino. This book is written by the same author who wrote The Devotion of Suspect X, which is one of my favorite mysteries. I really liked that. It managed to surprise me. It was written very well, and this is part of the Galileo detective series, and I think it's only the second book that's been translated into English, so I'm very excited to read this. The fourth question or category is Cool Crisp Air. Which is the coolest character you'd want to trade places with? I'm definitely going to go there with Wendy from Peter Pan. I really love Peter Pan. Peter Pan is one of my favorite childhood books, and just stories and the cartoons and the movies and everything. I love Peter Pan and the concept of Peter Pan. And when I was small, I actually thought that Peter Pan was going to come to my window and teach me how to fly, so I actually wanted to get ahead a bit of the game and try to fly myself, and I would spend hours trying to fly from the top of the couch and just plunging in the living room trying to fly, and eventually when I saw that didn't work, I just came up with the most logical, rational explanation why that wouldn't happen. I obviously didn't have fairy dust. You cannot fly without fairy dust. The fifth category or question is Hot Apple Cider. What underhyped book do you want to see become the biggest, greatest thing that everyone talks about? There is a book that I read. It's not really recent, but it's a book that I read and I really loved. I loved it so much, and that is The Long Walk by Stephen King. I read this when I was around 14 or 15 and I was blown away. This is probably the first dystopian novel I ever read. It's about this futuristic society where there's a show every year. You go on a walk and you're not supposed to stop at all. There's a lot of people participating in it, but the trick to it is that if you stop you get shot or killed, so you can never stop until there's only one person standing. The person who remains standing wins an incredible prize, and this is super popular. People love watching this, and I was so intrigued by that. I think it's a wonderful book. It's written so well. It's really haunting, and I would love it to become a great thing that everyone knows and talks about. The next category, coats, scarves, and mittens. I love all those things. The weather has turned cold and it's time to cover up, and for this one you have to show the most embarrassing cover that you have that you would not want to show in public. Here it is. It's that embarrassing that I actually did wrap it up in paper because I didn't want people to see it. But I'm going to give you guys a very quick glance for like a second. Okay, are you guys ready? Here it is, just a split second. That is my cover for 128 Days of Sodom by Marquis de Sade. And yes, it has women breasts on it. I bought this when I was around 16, I think, or 17. I started reading de Sade. I like how he is very satirical of society and aristocracy, but 128 Days of Sodom is a book that I was not able to finish. It's very graphic, it's very disturbing, and it really kind of made my stomach turn, and I wasn't able to finish more than half of it. The next category is pumpkin spice, and for this one you have to pick your favorite comfort foods for fall. I like so many foods. I love eating and I love trying different foods, and particularly I like warm foods, so I guess that's kind of good for fall. And I really like spicy foods, so fall is a nice time to eat spicy foods because it's warming you up. I love soups, I love baked things like baked pumpkin, baked potato, so like pies, like apple pies. The last category is warm, cozy bonfire, and for this one you have to spread the worms and you have to tag a few people. And because of the way that I was tagged and because I really found those mechanisms very creative, I'm also going to use one, and I'm going to be tagging everyone who loves spicy food. So if you like spicy food, you are tagged. Go do this video, it's really fun, and make it very autumn themed. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you back with more videos soon. Bye bye! Hey guys, and welcome to the full-time cozy. It's warm, cozy vampire